Okay, now after our if-else statements, if we create the instance of the paging class object paging equals new paging, and we are passing our products array, plus we're setting up the number of displayed records per page to 5. Now we are going to create rows equals object paging get records. Okay, so now we're going to have our records here. After this, we are going to create object paging underscore URL. We're setting up the URL basically, and we have in between the single quotes or double quotes /admin. Then we have single quote dot object paging underscore URL. This is to make sure that obviously we are adding admin to the URL itself. Okay, so that's it in this part. Let's move down here, and we start after our new product link before the table. We start with PHP if is an empty rows, means we have some records here ready to be displayed on the list. Then after the closing table tag, we start with else. So we need to close obviously this curly brace else, then open a curly brace and this closing one separately right after. So else, actually we can, because we're using a variable here, we can actually use it like that and simply echo it. So it's going to be echo in between the single quotes opening paragraph. Then we have we need to concatenate this with empty variable, and then closing paragraph and a semicolon right at the end. Okay, now going back to the table, heading stays as it is. Then we go to the table cells where we start with for each loop rows as product. Okay, and we close this for each loop here right at the bottom after the closing tr tag. So this is our loop. Now we're going to be using products to identify different values from a database. So in the first cell, PHP echo product, and we want the product ID. If we copy this whole thing, then we're going to have product name, but we should really use a helper and encode HTML to make sure that obviously we don't get any funny symbols displayed on the page. Okay, after this, we have the remove link, so it's going to be href, and the URL will be admin / page equals products ampersand action equals remove, and ampersand again ID equals, and now we have product ID right after this. So if we move this link a little bit lower here, so you can see obviously we then have to close the opening a tag, remove, and closing a tag basically. So if we put it like that, so remember to obviously assign the ID to the ID parameter, ID of the product. Then we move to the next one, which will be edit link. Let's put on a new line as well. It's going to be href, similar situation, admin / page equals products ampersand. Then we have action. This time it's going to be edit. Then we have ID parameter equals ID as before. Then obviously we need to close it, edit, and closing a tag. And I think we're done with all this. That's fine. After our for each loop and after the table, basically, we're going to display our paging. So echo object paging get paging. Okay, now if we save the file, go to our browser, refresh the page. Oops, we've got some problem here. Pages list line 78, which is here. Okay, we didn't close the PHP tag. Save it, go back, and there we are. all of our products together with the paging. Basically, can browse through the products. We can see the entire list, which all works fine. Obviously, we now need to create the remove and edit pages, add new product, but also search, because if we click on search now, nothing really happens. If we type some keywords, whatever, nothing happens at all. So let's move to the next video and start working on our search form.